Hey, want to read another one of my poems? Sure. Hey, nice place you've got here. I can finally breathe out a bit. Even when you're gone, there's still others here, so I'm not alone. Those drumsticks you've got there? Sure thing. Do you drum? Nope. Of course I do, dummy. Or, well, I mean, not really. I'm not in a band or anything. I just drum on the table or any other surface to get rid of some surplus energy. Hello. Oh, you are soaked. Hehe. You must have been out quite the adventure. Make sure to warm yourself up in front of the fireplace before heading out again. Brr, yeah, I will. Anyways, I know you have a lot of questions like what's going on and why is all this happening? Well, I think it's time you met someone who has a lot of answers, although he's somewhat special, so we'll see about that. I'll open the door for you. Okay, thanks. At first, I was curious, naive and strong. What's outside the box? I'm connecting the dots. I searched day and night, pushing forward in my fight. When I realized what I'd found, I lost my mind. Damn. Damn, that's... This game's for real right now. Holy crap. Utter border? I don't have my torch. It looks like I'm in an insane asylum. I eat myself to survive. I kill myself to survive. I F myself to survive. Who am I? With insomnia, nothing's real. Everything's far away. Everything's a copy of, a copy of, a copy of. When you have insomnia, you're never really asleep and never really awake. You and I will never be able to end this. We are forever entwined, stuck in a play we can't leave. Death. Exit. Argle Trauerkeit. What the F have I become? Notice Tollins. Wow, look at that. Chernobog. So you have arrived. Hello, who are you? You were once me, or well, we are the same at the same time. Time is irrelevant or subjective, but at one point the universe was focused on me, my story, and now it's focused on you. Who put you here and why are you still here? Long story, but I guess I put myself here to keep me safe, and I remain here because I'm dead. I'm merely a function now, a function based on what you once were, what you once reached, and when you were me, you wanted me to remain a function, so I could explain to you and what we are. Well, before we can define death, we need to define life, and exactly how do you define life? It's hard, right? But I think the key point should be consciousness. We are here, we are conscious, or well, you are. So if you are not conscious, you are dead, no? When I die, do I disappear into darkness? That's what you assume happens when you die, yet you are. Asking all these questions. Do you remember anything before your birth? No? Could one say you were dead before you were alive? If that's the case, then when you are dead, you can become alive. And when you are alive, you can become dead. It's circular pattern, isn't it? Truth is, there never is a point where you, the real you, is not conscious. You are always here. You, however, don't usually remember your transition from one body to another, one dream to another. And I guess I shouldn't fear death? No, not more than you should fear life. I wish I could have come to that insight while I was alive. I've gone through my share of fears, social anxiety, fear of death, fear of any situation that I wasn't in control over. Never mind, where were we? If death is an illusion, am I dead or alive? Dead, alive, both, neither, doesn't matter. You just are. Any definition of alive is purely subjective. Only common ground they share is that you are conscious. So if I'm dead, alive, whatever, is there a God? I don't know, is there? I asked you. Well, What is God to you? God is a concept you define. Here in this realm, no one else exists but you. No holy scripture to tell you what to think and what to not question. In your most basic state of consciousness, you'll find any answer you need, but ultimately that answer is for you and you alone. Forcing views. No others is a sure way to be misled yourself. This didn't answer anything. If you want to find God, start by looking in a mirror. If you figured something out, got your definition of the concept of God, you can come back to me and let me know what you've come up with. Okay. Sorry for the amount of information, and sadly, there's a lot more to come. Next time, for now, think about it for a while. Say hi to Ulrich for me. Wait, you know Ulrich too? Yes. He was my spiritual teacher once he was alive too. He passed on his findings to me, and I began my quest for truth. Now I need to rest. One, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. A single pill to make it quiet. Make no mistakes in autopilot. I've improved my chances, struggling to survive. A dead leaf dances, but it's not alive. What the hell was that sound? Hey, when's the last time you thought about something you really, really like about yourself? What? You know, most people seem to look up to others and wish they were someone else. And that's great and all, but really, you should be able to be happy about who you are. There has to be at least a dozen different things that others look up to you for. I don't know about that. Sure there are. Loving yourself is a step one in being happy, and you know what? What? If you don't, maybe it's time to change some things? Like you can change the way you look at yourself, don't set the bar too high, realize you do your best and that should be good enough, or you know, you could actually change. Actually change? Let's see, you really want to be good at something, but you never practice it. I think everyone has something they wish they were good at, but never truly tried to fulfill it. Well, if you say to yourself, I'm going to start exercising more, or I'm going to learn to play guitar, then you should actually start planning for it. Not only think it, or when you plan it, you'll be more likely to do it. And when you do it, you'll start loving yourself more. Yay. Yay. So, find things you love about yourself, and if you find things that you wish you would accomplish, go and accomplish them. Hey, I want to read another one of my poems? Sure. Welcome back. Did you get some answers you were looking for? Not really, I got more questions. Well, sometimes you need to ask more questions before you can get an answer that satisfies you. Also, D might not be the easiest to understand at times. I'm sure it will all make sense in time. Now, feel free to stay here as long as you need before heading out again. I'll open the door for you. Damn. This game. Forgive me, my father, for I am a sinner, unanswered, abandoned. The things this game is asking is, feed me, drown me, is, rather interesting. Oh. Plethoros. Plethoros is the name, and to skip right ahead to the point of you being here, it's simple. You feed me, my weight will lift this mechanism, and the door will be revealed. Simple, eh? Now get to it. I'm starving. Right, I'll explain the process briefly, but I don't like to waste my time and energy by talking, so listen carefully. In the garden, you'll find monsters. Kill them. Bring the raw meat, they drop. Cook it on the stoves in the kitchen. Here, bring the cooked meat to me. I'll gladly gobble it down. Okay, anything else? Oh, yes. Can't forget the wine. I had it all set up by the previous visitor, but now the machine seems to have stopped working. You see the tower over there in the distance? Yeah, it's supposed to deliver me delicious grapes. Blah, blah. Figured out. Now get to it. So who built this device anyways? I'm sorry, but I really don't want to help you. Gotcha. Y'all. While I casually point the shotgun at him. So do I go to this thing? No? I need... raw meat. I need to cook said raw meat. Well, I mean, thus far, the game has definitely been doing some strange things that an FPS normally would not be doing. So the game's definitely getting interesting, that's for sure. Too bad I have, like, not that long to play. What if I go down here? Sometimes the best way to help someone is to not help at all. Oh. Ah! Jesus Christ! Oh, there it is. Holy mother, that scared me. Holy crap, man! Where the hell did these things come from? Whoops. Yes, please. Jesus freaking. Nobody can stand truth if it is told to him. Truth can be tolerated only if you discover it yourself, because then the pride of discovery makes the truth palatable. Frederick Solomon Perels. Yeah, what he said. Oh, so I don't get to help the sloth thing? All we feel inside left it far behind. I'm waiting for the warmth one more time. I'm freezing out here, chilled by the cold summer breeze. Free me from my fears. Let me into the light, please. I wanted to help him. Hey, you know what I've realized? No, what? There's really nothing to fix about the universe. What do you mean? Have you ever thought or felt that the universe is unfair or broken? And that if you could change a lot of things? Maybe sometimes. Well, I used to think that way at least, but then I've grown over the last couple of years. I've changed my point of view on a lot of things. Each problem I had have now disappeared because I look at it differently. Isn't that like giving up? Maybe. I still think there are problems we should tackle as a species and build a future that is better for all of us, but I no longer feel like it's unfair or that it's broken. We create the reality. We are allowed this control. And with that freedom comes problems and responsibility. What about things out of our control, like disease? I don't have all the answers, but I think in a sense, even disease can bring us together. You know? We think it's horrible. We try to find a cure to cure those who've fallen ill, and I find that kind of amazing. It's a way to learn compassion, so these problems can teach us things? Pretty much, yeah. How horrible it may seem, we don't really know the big picture, you know? I don't think death is final. I think those who are unlucky to get a bad dice roll at life will have a good life next time. I know it's kind of a defeatist view on life, but hey, I gotta live my life too. Can't go around worrying my ass off over everyone and everything and all that. That does make sense. Yes, please stop asking me. Holy crap. Welcome. How was your trip? I met this guy or animal of some sort. Pletheras? Oh, Pletheras. Yes. What did you think of him? Seems to be living the dream to me. Everyone has a right to live the way they want. That's true. But at some point, a lifestyle of gluttony and sloth is gonna make you, well, depressed. The food doesn't taste as good anymore. You'll be unable to move and so on. So even if you want to change, you might not be able to anymore. Anyways, it's easy to judge others, hard to realize that we are never perfect ourselves. I'm sure there are problems you faced in your lifetime that others silently judged you for. Let me open the door for you. Okay, thanks. Antisocial is a cure. Break the system. See the truth. Hear the stalkers. Way too soon. Find the killers in the room. Black. Black? Confronting discomfort. I have no guns or anything. Wow. Postal, pick up your package to Tiny Cruise. Creep. GTFO, nobody likes you. You make this neighborhood look bad. Doom. I.C. Wiener. Eckhart. Alan Watts. Jane Mary. Brave. Rick Sanchez. 01001001. God. Oh. This was just one path of the multiverse. Let's travel down another. This is a pretty freaky dream, that's for sure. Out there, go here, this way, go this way. Run, 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 run. Adam Lucy. Hello? You don't seem like the others. Who are you? Hey, my name's Brave. Not the most suiting name, really. Who are these people? They keep staring at me. You too, huh? I also used to get dizzy and anxious around strangers. Felt like they stared at me, laughed behind my back. I used to get self-conscious about how I walk, talk, act, hell, even how much my breathing is heard and oh, sorry, didn't mean to rant, but it's been so long since I've met someone like me. Used to? You mean there's a cure? Well, cure and cure. An insight, I guess. You see, you might be afraid of a lot of different things. Airplanes, insects, snakes, dogs, and yeah, well, some of these are pretty logical, like, who isn't afraid of the sea? It's scary as all hell, and dangerous, and there are legitimately monsters living deep down there. And, well, the sea is dangerous, okay? Well, there are other fears, like cats. Cats are cute, cuddly, floof balls that are super friendly, right? Well, some people are so terrified of cats that they tremble. So my fear is like being afraid of cats. Yeah, I guess. If you see people are as harmless cats walking around, they no longer scare you, right? That's what I did. Huh, well that might actually work. It helped me, at least. I realized that there was no real threat in the situation. In fact, it was just me who was self-conscious, really. Like I said, I was afraid they would laugh at me, think I looked stupid or talked funny. But in the end, who cares? Who cares if I look the stupidest or the funniest in the whole world? I am just me, and I want to continue being me. Actually, I think everyone is equally insecure. Some just show it more than others. Do you know where the exit is to this place? I have this postal note. Oh, you can pick it up at the postal office. You just passed it. Can't miss it. You know where the exit is to this place? The exit is right here behind this door. It's locked, though. I've been looking for the key myself, but to no avail. Sorry. I have, bye then. Bye. See you around, maybe. Oh my gosh. Postal office. Hello, do you have a package to pick up? Yeah, here's the postal note. Actually, this note is addressed to Tiny Cruz. Oh, and you are not Tiny Cruz? Okay, well it seems the post cat must have muked up your post. Do you mind bringing that note to Tiny Cruz? Sure. Thanks a lot. We have some meowwich work to do. Holy crap, I can't read that. Addiction leads to depression, and in depression, you're taught some lessons. If you listen, they keep on pushing, and the solution causes evolution. Obstacles come inside of your path and make you switch up and step on the gas. If you look back inside of your path, you find direction. It's like your own map. Underachievers. So I need to find Dr. Odin. Brave. Jane Mary. Eckhart. Icy Wiener. Doom. Lost Soul. This is tiny. Jesus, Tiny Cruz, holy moly. What the hell kind of art style do you have in here, dude? Damn. Tiny Cruz. Yeah, hello? A postal note from Mess? That must be my fishy bones. Good thing they arrived today. How else would I make it through the day? Meow, well thanks a lot. I'll pick it up after my nap. Oh, and the postman gave me this. I guess it's yours. Lost Soul. Hello, do you have a package to pick up? Here's the postal note. Here you goes. Key. I got a key. Does it go to this? Maybe? Hey. Oh, you found the key. Hey, you should join me in the Tavern Limbo. Really? Thanks. Yeah, I'd love to get out of here. It's a bit too crowded for my taste. Anyways, not to mention all the cat hair that gets stuck on my dress. The world started to fall apart. At times I wondered whether or not I should just stop by my journey, but I continued to see the world from a different angle. Everyone around me suddenly felt like automatic robots, just walking around in the daily routines, bound by their own invisible rules. I refused to become one of them. I just couldn't stand the thought the slightest. But then one day I found myself in a situation where I couldn't choose. It was something about her gaze. It was definitely the eyes. That one didn't rhyme, which kind of sucked. I might have missed one because I didn't help the other dude, which kind of sucks. Yo. Okay. Hey, thanks for letting me come with you. I really need a change of scenery. No problem. How are you doing? I'm okay, but I catch myself thinking about the past constantly. Not really, no. It's just that we make mistakes, we say or do things we regret, and for whatever reason we think back on those memories and cringe. Well, these memories don't serve a purpose other than bring me down, you know? So you want to get rid of them? Nah, nothing so drastic. I'm pretty okay with the fact that I've grown, and I know I'm not the only one with a rough past. We all go through our hardship, but what I realized was that I drift into bad memory patterns pretty much automatically. Yeah, and I can go through all these scenarios of what if and contemplate on what I could have done differently. That's not entirely bad and all, but I've already gone through it over and over again. I never gather anything new. So you're saying stop digging in the past? Exactly. If I realize there's nothing more I can learn or do about it, I tried to say, I've already gone through this. There's nothing more to gather. Then I tried to back out of the memory and return to the now. Does it work? Well, apparently not well enough yet, but I seem to have gotten a bit better at it. Now I realize it's fairly quickly and stop my train of thoughts before I dig myself deeper into this emotional hole. Anyways, thanks for listening. You lead a sad life if you take the pride in actively not having fun. Okay, that was uncalled for. Hehe. I didn't mean you specifically, silly. It's just so many people love to jump on a bandwagon of hate whenever they encounter new things or concept. Maybe they are scared of change. Maybe. Who knows? I sure as hell am not gonna care. I'll have fun with whatever I find fun. Oh man, this game is like massively relevant. Holy crap. Hello there. Why are you covered in cat hair? Anyways, have you had time to think about what you and D talked about? Not really. That's okay. Sometimes we think we already have the answers or that we don't need to find an answer because it doesn't interest us, and therefore there's no reason to keep digging into it. We have already determined that there's nothing of value to be found. I'm going to share with you something my teacher told me long ago. A man with one watch knows the time. A man with 2 watches is never quite sure, and this might seem like a bad thing, but being unsure of information is better than being sure. It means you're open to possibilities in the flux of universe. No path is fixed. And if you are still a bit unsure to what the concept of God means to you, this next place might help you come to some form of realization about, well, the greater consciousness that we share. Where am I? What is this place? In a place like this, I am God. Okay. So they gave me my machine gun back. Oh, the dead babies are back. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, apparently I killed the other one already. Well then. Oh, this is a much darker run. Oh, tried getting me. Oh, 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 oh. The hell is he? Okay, go back down. Nope. Holy crap. Hello. Oh, my shots missed. No. Oh, there we go. Oh. Whoa. I have ascended. I'm trying to be better than God. The F am I saying? I ain't even enter the prime, taking over the world. We'll do it. One day at a time. Time is an illusion. I think that I'm losing my mind. Flatbush zombies. There we go. Oh, is it closing in on me? Oh, this is scary, man. Ugh. We dream of light in a pitch black room. Are our dreams and reality one and the same? Is our perception of reality just God dreaming of light? If so, I thank God for the light. It's the most beautiful dream I've ever had. Never-ending dream. Have you given the concept of God some thought? God is our consciousness. God doesn't exist. Never did. God is everything. Yes, that's what I feel as well. God is the whole picture, the universe, with all of its dimensions, possibilities, logics. Together with the conscious part, going aimlessly through this maze that is our self. How did it all start? I don't think it ever started. It's always been in the state it is, but I think we chose to explain it as a single consciousness from one-dimensional impulse that runs between 0 and 1. That impulse ran through all possible possibilities until it felt the need to reach new directions in its very one-dimensional life. And thus, the second dimension was created, and then the third, and so on until the last dimension, which contains all possible possibilities for the universe to exist and play out. These dimensions, of course, already existed, as our universe, or God, contains every possible possibility, so the universe is more of a state than anything. It's not moving or expanding, expanding. Only specific paths expand themselves, but God as a whole does not. It's just simply you moving through yourself. A maze, huh? The world, everything in it, in static. A maze that stretches out in all directions. Tunnels. The only thing that moves are we, the observers. We move through this maze. We are time, and we can change our perception of time too, with substances or situations that are critical. You can even train to control yourself. Time flow, but it's quite scary and overwhelming. Will I, or God, ever die? Part of death is forgetting about the illusion of you, the ego. So will you, the body or person you once were or currently are, die or end? Yes, that person ends in a sense. It has always existed. Will always exist in the tunnels of the universe, but that body is an illusion. The real you, the being behind it. Yo, how's it going, Marfa? Will never end or die. There's always light at the end of a tunnel. Tunnels end. But pure consciousness never ends. It's state. Take your time to digest it. That's why you're here. And when you return, I'll tell you how to use this to your advantage. See you soon. I'm doing well. I mean, you know, stream coulda... Mario Maker could have been better. Too tired? Oh, that doesn't sound good. In darkness you are blind, so aimless we roam. The light will guide you all the way home. As plants strive for light, bloom and reach their goal, so should we take flight towards the mother soul. Yeah, pretty sure I permanently lost a viewer because of the way I work with my queue, I guess. I don't know. I kind of wish they would just tell me, like, what their thinking is, but can't really overthink it either. Hey, how are you going? How are you doing? Fine, you? I'm okay. You seem to have grown since last time. Really? In what way? There's really only one way to grow. Outwards. Okay, care to explain? Heh, sorry. I was trying to be funny. But yeah, whenever people grow or learn or change, they usually become more understanding of others, different situations and concepts. The more you learn and think, the more you grow. And that's always a good thing. Obviously, yeah. One would think so, yeah. But from what I've gathered, not everyone thinks that way. Really? Have you ever had a friend or something that seemed envious about something you've done or achieved? Let's say you've changed your opinion on something. You now hold a broader perspective on something. Well, some people will embrace that. Others say you've changed. Like, it's a bad thing, I guess. These people hold you down. I don't think just don't understand or are afraid to change themselves. Being wrong is scary. It means you might have to change things about yourself. Gasp. Danger. Sorry, I got carried away. It's okay. Good. How to run the queue is an eternal struggle? I don't know. I mean, quick story short, person sent me a level, and then another person sent me a level. I decided to play their level and not the other person's level, even though my quote-unquote rules state, you know, however, whatever comes in, that's what I play. And I don't get it. Like, I played their level, I played the new person's level for 5 minutes and then stopped because they mentioned it was tasks only. So I figured they did it by hacking a switch, so I decided not to play it because I have no reason to waste my time. What is this? 3D RPG. Maybe 30 RPG. And then what? And then I went directly to X person that was mentioning the queue. I'm like, don't take it so serious. Like, I've already played 4 or 5 of your levels. This is a new person. Now let me play their level. Which didn't last very long, and they didn't seem to like it, but they also didn't explain why. They just didn't like it. And I mentioned, I'm like, if you don't like the way I run my queue, just leave. Like, I'm not gonna be quote unquote following my own rules to the T just because you sent me the level first. Is this a horror game? I don't know. It talks about a lot of things though. It talks about death. So the person that I'm playing, so the camera person, I'm dead. This is like a safe place in my mind, but my mind is out of my body, and everything that you see / everything that I'm reading is all like a figment of my imagination of, you know, how my imagination is conquering how I died. I don't know how I died, I just know that I am dead. It's not necessarily a horror game, and it's a first-person shooter, but it's not all necessarily first-person shooting. It's like puzzles. It's like you're reading things on the walls. Like, it's talked about like the bandwagon of people following a trend just cause. It's talked about things that I've been dealing with when it comes to like acceptance or like not knowing, I guess you can say. Like, it's really interesting, that's for sure. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind do not matter, and those who matter do not mind. Someone is feeling philosophical. It's just a quote I read once. It's great though. It reminds us to stay true to ourselves and surround us with people who actually care about your well-being. Stop wasting energy trying to impress people who are never gonna be impressed by you. They're lost, really. See? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sunlight. Light is all we are. Same energy in stars. All of these moving parts. All the cages of ours. They keep me locked away, forbidding me to see. Saving your questions for another day. Who am I? What am I? What can I be? I'm fading. No. The shining bright. I'm fading. No. I'm sunlight. Welcome back from D. How did it go? Got any more questions? Something about tunnels and consciousness. I didn't really understand. The whole universe is already pre-built as a tunnel system. The consciousness is there and always will be. We all share the same consciousness. Does that mean that the future and past exist at the same time? Yes, everything exists at the same time. And you and your consciousness is moving through the tunnels and is time itself. But why? What else would you do? Just be without time? Without matter or purpose? It gets boring quite fast. Does that mean I'm alone? I think I've heard enough for now. Well, in a sense, yes. It depends on how you define it. As a person, no, you're not alone. We are all here, but all are also one. As a consciousness, you are alone. Always have been. Always will be. How do I know what's real? What really is real? People, like everything else in 4 dimensions, are tunnels, but you experiencing things are very real. So is anyone else? Everyone is experiencing at the same time. I'm confused. One thing to remember is that this universe is vastly more enormous than anyone could imagine. Or, well, quite ironically, this universe is this universe imagining itself. It's actually impossible for a person to comprehend the wholeness of the universe. Only when you've reached the state of wholeness, you being everything that is, can you comprehend what truly are, how everything works. Have I not reached that state at the same point? Well, yes and no. As a human, no, not even close. Being a human is only a gateway to a higher consciousness and understanding of yourself, but at an infinite number of other occurrences, you, as a wholeness, have experienced yourself as a wholeness you are. Okay, and how do you know this? Well, I am you, sort of, like the memory you left behind from previous trips in the universe. You've recorded everything you've observed and thought about, concepts you've discovered, and so on. So you are my diary? Sort of, yeah. This is how far you've written so far in the cycle. Cycle? Yes, each cycle is determined by how long it took for you to discover your true self, then forgetting about yourself and simply start over. Sounds kind of pointless. I think I've heard enough. That's pretty much the point. Saying that the universe or your life has a point is quite pointless in itself, as a point or meaning is something completely subjective, and to be able to hold a subjective opinion, you need to be a self, a person, or a being. As your true self, you are everything, not really a self or a being. So that state is supposed to be pointless? Well, you see, it's not really that simple. When you reach that state, everything, and I mean everything, will be clear to you. That completeness is as an ecstatic point of that. Well, can't be put into words. How do you know all of this? Because we've been there before, and you and I, but I'm only giving you hints on the way there. What's the fun in spoiling everything for you? I'm more here to make sure you don't stray too far away from your path. And what happens if I do? Not much. You can't really do much harm other than to yourself. In the sense that you might get into an unpleasant place where nothing makes sense and you're terrified. Let's just say it's far from fun. Like a psychosis? Exactly. And we've been there many times. So you're here to make sure I don't go insane. Let's not go that far. Insanity in itself is not always bad. What is insanity to you? Not crazy? Do you notice I asked what it means to you? Again, it's something subjective. There is no objective sanity. No objective insanity. It's all in your head. Well, in your current subjective experience. Then some insanity can be good. Yes, if sanity for the current generation of the human race is being unhappy and work until you die, only to buy stuff that doesn't make you happy, then that sanity might not be healthy or good. Likewise, if choosing to live in nature, enjoying every moment as it is, meditating and appreciating life is insane, then isn't insane quite good? I guess it depends on the individual. Exactly. So I'm only here to make sure you don't go down a path that will leave you in a state of deep depression, as some lifestyles and choices will inevitably do. You can, however, completely ignore all of my advice and stray far away as you want. You will, however, never be able to escape what you are. So I'm a prisoner of myself. Suddenly I feel claustrophobic. Yes, quite ironic, isn't it? The vastness of everything, the infinity number of possibilities the universe provides, and yet we sometimes feel like it isn't enough, like we are trapped, doomed, if you will. I need some time to digest this. You are in no hurry. Take all the time you need, this life and the next, as many as you'd like, until I feel like reaching the state of complete bliss. As you once said, maybe it's better to live in sleep, in constant dreamscapes. What is reality anyways? Couldn't have put it better myself. Okay, well, off you go on your next adventure. Oh, man. This game is crazy. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I wish I had someone to talk to.